What's up, everybody? Gorilla Gang Podcast. We're knocking this one off a little early today. Usually we're on about 4 or 5, but we're going church early today. I'm the Vanilla Gorilla. This is the
One Man Gang.
And we are the Gorilla Gang Podcast. Like and subscribe on YouTube. It's Gorilla Gang 3421. Hit the bell notification. That way you get notified whenever we upload a new podcast. Go like our videos. We got the One Man Gang. He's got some raps on there. My song is still the most popular one. Got the most views. My favorite song. We got a couple other things on there. We do some individual stuff sometimes. And I didn't even tell you this, but probably no podcast next weekend because I will be in Virginia.
You did tell me.
But I was probably drunk. But so I had an idea. I don't know if you want to do this though.
All right.
What if, because I need somebody to take care of Kennedy. So what if you and your son came over and did the podcast? You did the podcast with your son.
I'm gonna tell you, my son probably. Yo, Marshall, what's going on?
Too shy.
He's probably not gonna want to do it.
Talk about basketball and driving, he'll love it. Talk about LeBron James and basketball, he'll love it.
Yeah. Nah, you know, it's funny. Maybe I can record him playing NBA 2K and just do that as a podcast because that's hilarious. My son goes nuts, and one of the dudes is his homeboy. Now I met this kid because I did a field trip with my son to D.C.
Oh, being chaperone?
We went to the Smithsonian museums, okay? Let me just warn you. If you ever go... Aaron, what's going on, brother? Yes, let's go as soon as possible and bring...
What's up, Aaron?
AK, which we'll get into that later. We had a range day on Saturday yesterday. We'll talk about that in a minute.
And next time I'll aim higher.
But yeah, I chaperone these kids to D.C. or what have you, and I met a friend of his named I get it confused because he has a friend named Brendan and Brandon, but I think it's Brendan if I'm not mistaken. Great kid, but anyway, him and my son are pretty tight, but he'll be playing the game with him, and I can hear him in the next room. Brendan, are you an idiot? Did you... Yo, man, I'm like, y'all still friends after all of this, man? I keep telling him, I'm like, if that's your man, you need to talk to him in a better way. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a game.
Well, like I just showed you with my roommates, though, that it's the nature of the relationship. Like, me and my roommates, we just literally, like, flame each other the whole time.
No, but that's, like, just a joking thing. Like, he takes this
But it's
game.
just in the video game. You know what I'm saying? It's not like true. When it's outside the arena of the video game. So, also, does anybody want a guest host for me next week? I won't be here. One Man Gang. Anybody want to be a guest host?
Yeah, if anybody wants to be a guest host, hit us up.
You gotta come over and take care of Kennedy and my cat. My cat's outside. But hey, guest host.
Yeah. I definitely come over to take care of Kennedy because Kennedy.
I mean, if you just stop by, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into it. Today we got a couple topics. We're gonna start off. The One Man Gang had posted this earlier in the week, and it was a Wendy Williams. I don't know if you don't know Wendy Williams. She's kind of like a talk show host,
I can give
kind of like a black female Howard Sternish type of person that is. She talks controversial, but also relevant type stuff, and she's made like a number of, I would say, questionable statements and comments. And yeah, I think she's gotten worse lately, and I don't know if it's do it to stay relevant issue or to boost her ratings issue, or she's really just that fucked up person. But I'll let him. He actually saw it. He sent me the link and I listened to it. But yeah, I'll let him describe.
Yeah, so I mean, let's keep it real. Controversy, unfortunately, sells, and
Sure.
nowadays, negativity sells a lot better than positivity in this day and age, which is a shame. Um, I think in ways we might have kind of lost our morality somewhere in the last 10, 15 years, but nonetheless, Wendy Williams was doing the show. Now, I didn't see the whole show. Um, I tend to listen to The Breakfast Club, which is a morning radio show with Charlamagne the God, DJ Envy, and Angela Yee. And they do these rumor report things, these little clips you can watch on YouTube or what have you.
Donkey of the Week, I think.
Donkey of the Day is one of them. So I'm listening to the rumor report because I find The Breakfast Club extremely entertaining. And
Charlamagne is a good interview because he's not extra about being just blunt.
He's overly blunt. Yes. and it's
no
cool.
filter. He's the epitome of no filter.
Right. It's cool because
but
you should be honest. But
it doesn't come across as fake though.
It doesn't come across. Well, hold on. I will say this: DMX was on.
But the ones
show.
I've listened to, anyway.
DMX was on the show. He didn't really try any of that.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? He's like, "Oh, the legend is in the building." So, certain people, it seems like I don't know if he's scared or he just respects them.
I think respect. Yeah, I think
so.
they're like. He's from that era. Even his voice is kind of similar to DMX, so I'm sure he probably maybe DMX was like an idol of his, and that's why he does
so.
I don't know.
But nonetheless, Wendy Williams. I'm listening to the rumor report, and they were talking about how Drew Carey's ex-fiance had died. That she was murdered by her ex-boyfriend.
Drew Carey, the
host of Price is Right, the Drew Carey show, Cleveland Rocks, that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Which Cleveland does rock. I've been to Cleveland. It's a great city, in my opinion. But anyway.
I've been there too. I actually saw LeBron James play his rookie year in Cleveland.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So that's why I think I'm entitled to talk about it. I was on the floor underneath the basket seats and watched him play.
Well, I can talk about LeBron because I'm a Sixers fan and he's a Lakers player. So, but nonetheless, Drew Carey's ex-fiance was murdered by her ex-boyfriend, which isn't Drew Carey. I don't know how long ago Drew Carey dated this lady. I don't remember the lady's name for that matter. But she was pushed off a second or third story balcony. Anybody with any kind of sense would know that's not something you would make fun of or make a joke about. Well, Wendy Williams decided to try her hand at it. Now, before I say what Wendy Williams said, I don't know if she has writers writing for her and tried to make that joke, but nonetheless, that passes through Wendy and she can make a judgment call and say, hey.
I feel like she's arrogant and she wouldn't have a writer. I could be wrong, but I just feel like I think that she thinks she's funny. She's one of those people that I think I'm funny. But whatever.
Yeah. My brother Demetrius is on here. Demetrius, what's going on? But anyway.
I don't know why I don't see who
it is. Yeah, it'll come in a second. But anyway, Wendy Williams decided to try her hand at making a joke at it, and she said, she didn't get killed from Drew Carey. She got killed from the ex. Come on down, making a reference to The Price is Right. Number one, her delivery with it was so dry that it couldn't have been funny, even if it was a funny joke. Mm-hmm. Number two, it just wasn't the time, the place. It was extremely disrespectful. They didn't play the crowd's reaction, unfortunately. I would have liked to got to hear that to see if the crowd even snickered or was in shock or what have you. But Wendy Williams is just off of another controversial comment, if I'm not mistaken, about something about the day after Valentine's Day. It's called Galentine's Day or something like that. It has something to do with the gay community. I have no idea the details about that. But she made a comment about that, and they went and raged. And she apologized about that immediately because Wendy Williams, majority of her crowd are gay people. Mm-hmm. Like, she's supported by the gay community. So she hurried up and apologized for that because she ain't going to lose no money out of her pocket. But, Wendy Williams lately has not, she's been doing questionable things.
I will add to that. So she made a comment about Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, the cleft
Joker.
Yeah.
About how he had cleft palate when he was little, and like literally he was like, I didn't know how he. Like, you don't do that. Like, are you serious? So, she had to apologize, and I think she donated like some sum of money to kids with cleft something, I don't know, because she got all types of backlash about like parents were like, my kid has that. What are you saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
Well,
yeah, just
something else that's funny. I don't know if you know about this. She got into it with Judge Greg Mathis. Okay. And Greg Mathis pretty much shut her down because he was talking. Apparently, they were saying Greg Mathis either gave some women herpes or something crazy like that. I don't remember exactly. But Judge Mathis was like, well, let's talk about your coke habit. Let's talk about the children you had aborted. Let's talk about, just went hard on her. And it's funny, Wendy Williams, people aren't bringing up those things on her. They're not bringing up her failed marriage. Right? Yeah. Your husband cheated on you. The pussy must have not been any good. You know what I mean? Like
a weird ass shaped body.
Right. Yeah, she looks like a Wookiee. Let's keep it real. She looks like Chewie.
Whoa.
She looks like Chewie.
No, she does not.
Man, listen.
Stop.
You take a little
Do not disrespect any woman. She does not.
Further,
She looks like
see,
almost like a stork, because like her legs are thin, like literally from ankle to thigh is the same size. I ain't gonna sit here and talk about her, but she's not look like a Wookiee.
Storks
I'm not
are decent looking birds. That chicken head does not look good in the least bit.
But it's all of her volume is from the waist up, though. From the waist down, it's literally like, like this microphone thing.
The volume waist up is fake too.
It's fake, yeah, but that's all it is, though. Volume.
You ever seen a picture of her before the plastic surgery?
I do not want to.
She was actually a decent looking woman before the plastic surgery.
Well, I think every woman is decent looking before plastic surgery.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing. I don't understand that. I don't know. I'm not in females' mind state when they decide to go and get some work done or what have you. Maybe they feel there's something that's lacking, but usually you're absolutely right.
Poor body imagery, but yeah, no, I'm not a fan. Like, you look worse.
Yeah, I think so. I would agree.
The more you do to yourself, the worse you look. If you need any proof, look at Michael Jackson. Simple. Look at Lark Voorhees from Saved by the Bell.
I haven't seen her lately, so.
Whoo! When we get off here, I'm gonna Google Lark Voorhees.
Little Kim. Little Kim was a beautiful woman when she first came out, and I don't know what happened to her. I heard somewhere that she was physically abused, and it started with like a nose job or something like that. But now it's
Cardi B was ugly as fuck. Wood chipper teeth.
Speaking of that, I just saw the movie Hustlers. I'll talk to you about that off camera.
Cardi B. Not only is she loud and annoying, but I do respect her for one thing, though. She said she stopped smoking weed. And she said the reason why was she was like, I promise you, look it up. She was on Howard Stern. Told Howard Stern, I stopped smoking weed because I'm already dumb. And I was losing too many brain cells smoking weed. Hilarious. But I'll refuse to listen to her music, but I try not to trash her anymore because I respect that she knows, number one, that she's dumb. Number two, that she stopped smoking weed.
I kind of respect her grind in a sense that she kind of came out of nowhere and became, the number one artist at one point. I do respect that. As far as her music, I'm not a huge fan, but I don't think it's terrible either. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think...
I think it's shit that anybody could do, though. Hers? I don't know.
Who knows? I don't think her
I think
lyrics
that
are
somebody
bad or
writes
anything.
for her.
Possibly so. That's been a theory.
Yeah. I think somebody writes for her, and all she does is read the words. But then again, she said she's dumb, so she probably can't read, so it might be hers. But anyway, whatever. She's another brutally honest person, and I feel like she's too arrogant, but whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah,
you got the fucking.
I think you're gonna run into that with most rappers, though. Yeah,
Catch Me Outside girl is literally number 3 or 4.
Bobby Baby or something.
Bad
like
Barbie.
Bad Barbie.
Her rapping is like number 3 or 4, right behind Nicki Minaj on like Spotify. It's like Nicki Minaj is 1, Cardi B is 2.
I didn't know she had music out.
And then she's like 3 or 4. She's 3 or 4.
I had no idea she had music out. See, that's what the world's come to. You don't have to have talent anymore.
16.
You just have to be controversial. All you have to do is do something that makes you look like an idiot, look like you're cooning or something else, and it blows up. It blows up. No talent's not required anymore.
That Whoa Vicky chick, same thing.
I don't even know who the hell that is.
That's the white girl that. I'm not black. I'm not white.
No idea.
Oh,
No idea.
sake. But anyway.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's segment number 1. Wendy Williams. We will be back shortly, and we're going to talk about road rage, specifically his road rage.